mainly when we talk about social determinant, we think of transportation, education, housing, safety, um, person's economic status. Those are social determinants to some degree, but I think social media has taken a huge cultural leap in terms of affecting our youth. In my clinical practice and in my clinical work with DCP&P, I've seen adolescents who come with suicidal ideation. And the second question I asked after your name and how school is, how much are you on social media? And how often are you on it? Do you sleep with your phone on? How many sites are you on? And you determine what a person you are by the number of likes that you have on these different sites. So the issue for young adults, emerging adults, is to compare themselves naturally. That's developmentally appropriate to a degree, but it is to an extent that has become harmful, causing stress. Stress leads to anxiety and depression. I'm not good enough if I don't have 30,000 people following me on likes. So those are some things that affect it. Now, put that on top of another determinant, which is a cultural misread about who I am, how I perceive myself compared to other groups that are more accepted. So if I don't see myself represented and I'm not able to economically live up to the images others are projecting, I don't look like other people. These are added on to the stresses that adolescents feel in these groups that are excluded. Whether Black or Latino or Asian or white, there's still those comparisons. But for those who are considered to be the historically excluded groups, this adds on another level of pressure in terms of, I don't fit. So I feel stressed, I feel lost, I'm disappointed, I'm dealing with microaggressions, I'm dealing with racism in addition to the pandemic, I'm dealing with academics. So it's quite a few layers that adolescents have to deal with, and adults, because some of the adults who are frontline workers tend to be those of historically excluded groups when it comes to mental health. So they view themselves differently as they try to assimilate, but somehow social media makes it very glaring about if I can fit in and when I can't fit in. The other issue in terms of leading to injurious behavior, I have seen in my clinical practice, I would say a 50% increase in the number of self-injurious behaviors and suicidal ideation among African Americans and Latino adolescents who I see. So this is surprising because the communities were able to protect their children, shield them from the outside world, but social media is 24/7. So there's less of that protection. And parents and communities are competing with social media, which is a very strong pull. Adults are also impacted by that as well, feeling less than, haven't achieved as much, don't have all of the accoutrements that I should have at this point, and leading to them to feel less than. The other issue is misdiagnosis, and this is something that's been a clinical issue for a while. Inherently, people of color have been given misdiagnosis. So the longer that a person is misdiagnosed, the longer they are delayed in getting appropriate treatment. So heretofore, before we sort of downsized DSM-5,